we're going to take a look at a brand new and exciting tool, Two Sweats Decision Support in Medicine, or DSM. As we all know, doctors are very time-pressed individuals, and on average they only can spend 20 minutes with each patient. As a result, when they go to look up information, it has to be concise, authoritative, and specific to their needs. And fortunately, from the ground up, that's exactly what DSM was created to do. It's really a true point-of-care solution that contains more depth of coverage than a bulleted list that some of the doctors may be used to, but also it's more to the point than just a print textbook port to a digital platform. So what I'd like to do next is use the tool as a doctor would use it. So typically they know the diagnosis that they want to go look up. Maybe they're looking for a little bit more information. And the way you can go ahead and find that information is by typing into the search box. So here, for example, I'll type in asthma. And the first thing you'll notice is that there are various programs that contain the asthma, so chapters. So here we have asthma in pediatrics, or in this case we have asthma in hospital medicine. So the reason for that is because the way that asthma is going to be managed in these different areas is slightly different. So the content is tailored to those individuals. So in hospital medicine there may be a little bit more of an urgent need, so that way for the tests and the management for it is going to speak specifically to that. So we'll go ahead and click on asthma underneath hospital medicine. And by utilizing this side navigational bar, doctors can quickly skip to the relevant areas. And contained within it is chunked text with expert advice, allowing them to really maximize every minute that they have with their patients. So again, going back to that 20-minute window that they have. And the first thing you'll notice down here is it's outlined. So if I wanted to see what every physician needs to know about asthma, I can click it and see. But down from there, there's a lot of other things. So there's the confirmation of the diagnosis. So we have the history, exam, diagnostic text that can be done. So right here, the management, so immediate and long-term. Going down just a little bit more, we've got the side effects of management, management with comorbidities, et cetera, all the way down. So that way, in case the professional needs assistance at any one point, they can very quickly skip to that area and get the information from the experts that they need to make their point-of-care decisions. So here, prognosis, patient safety and quality measures, et cetera. And down at the very end, what's the evidence for the different papers that were cited during writing of this particular chapter. So real fast, what we'll do is I'll skip to one section. You can see the content that's in there, and then we'll go over some of the features of DSM. So the first thing is if you were to look at, for example, history, so pattern recognition of asthma, you'll notice that there are some chunked text within here, so that way a doctor could very quickly see an area, read it, and then be able to see the different areas that may pertain to the pattern recognition, so history. Going down here, so imaging studies. So what should they order, or what are overutilized or wasted tests? So that way they can see that maybe a chest x-ray or CT scan is normal. However, a CXR may be unnecessary for diagnosing asthma unless there's specific complications going on with it as well. Again, short and long-term management, et cetera. In addition to that, what the doctors are able to do is to set up Rss feeds. So down at the bottom you can see here. So if I wanted to be alerted whenever there's new updates to, say, whatever it is that I'm interested in learning about, so in this case asthma, I can set up a feed that way on my mobile device. So whether my iPhone, my iPad, it can be pushed to me and I can read it through, say, Feedly or something like that and receive all of the latest updates. Additionally, you'll notice up at the top there's features such as bookmarks. So if I wanted to refer back to this for later reading, I could bookmark this particular section, or with notes here, I could annotate, highlight, and leave something behind for myself for later reference as well. One of the key features of DSM is that it is accessible. You see here online. It was built for mobile devices in mind, and the authentication can be through either IP address or through referral URL. So simply clicking on a link to DSM and you'll be fully authenticated, so accessing it is no problem for your user.